water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony.
What's up, guys? This is Ramen coming at you with the Filthy Casuals podcast, and today we have a special guest, Will. Right down. Will is right below me, by the way, guys. So yeah, and I fixed the Skype problem. I figured out how to do that. So today we're talking about Avatar: Last Airbender and Legend of Korra a bit. Let's go ahead and go through with some introduction thingamabobs. Yeah, I mean, whatever. The unimportant people. I mean, like the two on that side. I mean, the person below me, he's a special guest, so I can't say he's unimportant.
I can, though.
It's your prerogative.
Well, I kind of can't say that he's not special because he's my friend, so I kind of have to basically, I have to.
Dre,
Will, we're
you're not
very
special.
sorry.
No, I'm saying that I have to claim Will, so I'm forced that. You two, I don't have to claim you motherfuckers for nothing.
Still have not given your names, and we're what, like 3 minutes in,
Everyone knows me. I'm Zach the Yeti.
and
And you should remember me. I'm Trey. Hey, the lovable black
okay,
hat guy.
nobody cares about you.
Fuck you, Jay.
Wow.
You know we love you, Dre. So, anyways, God, freaking my stupid thing messing up. Okay, so anyways, so yes, I know that we were supposed to do this last week, but I had some complications at work. I ended up working like 26 hours in a 48-hour period. So yeah, I kind of slept through the recording, and then I did it again this weekend, and slept through when we were supposed to be doing the recording. Oh, it's
I
not a
can't
big,
say anything.
it's
I've
not a
had
big
back
deal
problems
because
the whole time.
Zach stayed up all night Saturday night and playing Diablo. So,
Season for the win.
other than that,
And I've just been sitting here patiently looking pretty and fabulous as always.
other
But
than
yeah,
Being
that,
awfully.
other than that, what have you been up to today, Zach or Yeti, whatever? Who cares?
Other than
I
that,
have
you
been-
can call him Zach.
Yeah, but his
I've
name
been
next to his
playing-
name says Yeti.
Hey,
Go,
children,
go.
calm down. I've been playing Birth by Sleep Critical Mode and Final Fantasy 14.
And a butt ton of Diablo.
And for the past 2 days, I've played nothing but Diablo.
Ever since the new season started, he's just like, Diablo.
Hey, it's only the 3rd day of this season. I'm already 200 Paracon. Calm down.
Why?
Because I have people to play with.
I made a character, and then I played like for 5 minutes the other day whenever you were telling me about it, and I was just like, nah, I'm bored. I'm gonna go play something else.
Yeah, if
Oh
you
my
have
God, I
some-
see the Harry
you have
Potter
people to
books.
play with.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yes, I have all of them.
Sorry, squirrel.
So do I.
Alright, let's go ahead and go with Dre. Dre, what have you been doing this week?
Nothing interesting of note.
Let's see. See. I've been doing Minecraft, and I've been
Filthy
reading the
casual.
newest Harry Potter book.
You filthy casual.
Oh yeah.
Although I do want to read the new Harry Potter book. The only qualm that I really have with, I looked at the actors that played for the play. I don't know how I feel. Like, nothing against like, nothing racist, but I just don't know how I feel about Hermione being black.
Oh God, you're bringing up this controversy?
It's
This
just,
controversy
honestly,
was wait, what was it, 6 months ago that this initially came up?
I don't know. I never saw it
And-
6 months ago. I
I
just
don't
like
keep up with
like
news.
just recently,
I
like
didn't
like
even.
last
I
month
didn't give
I
a
saw.
fuck.
Yeah, last month I
Oh.
saw it, and it just, I don't know. It just the way
Well,
that
in
she
the
was
book, does
explaining.
it? Hey,
Actually,
in
it
the
does.
book, does it? It does?
Yes. It
Because even
expla-
Jake,
It explains
Mhm.
about her. Her hair and what she looks like, and it pretty much explains that she's not.
but does it ever state outright?
No, but in the explanation of what she looks like, yes. Oh, technically, then yes. In the explanation of what it states she looks like, then yes.
Because even JK's like, it doesn't matter. I never
Oh,
fully stated that she
no.
wasn't.
No, I understand that it doesn't matter. It just, I don't know, from my imagination of how she looks, and then from having so long of having the movies, it
Mm-hmm.
feels awkward.
It's like you have Emma Watson pretty much imprinted in your mind at
But
this
Yeah.
point. So it's just
for me, it's gonna be awkward, no matter who plays who, because they're not the characters from the movie.
But think
Right.
about this.
Uh,
Think about this. Go watch Cat. Go watch the Cat's play when it comes back to Broadway in a few months. Go do that, and then watch the original play.
I know,
Ooh,
but I
that's
mean,
gonna
Then
be
you'll
no, but
actually see a play that's
I know
worth
what you mean, but
watching.
no, but I mean, but I'm kind of like the same way too because it's just like okay, there's a play, there's another play that I don't know if you two know it. I know Will knows it. It's called Wicked, and no
I've heard
offense,
of
the
it.
only alphabet that I see or that I will ever care about is Idea Menzel. That's it. Everyone else, fuck you. Who and the girl who plays Glinda, Kristen Chenoweth, they're the only two I ever see. Everyone else, it's just weird for me. No offense.
mhm.
I'm just
Like,
weird like that. When I see a specific big part, like when I see the original, characters, they're the ones I identify it with. Everyone
well,
else,
a good way
Yeah.
to explain it is go watch either Phantom of the Opera or Les Mis plays, like throughout.
Wait.
yes.
Yeah.
Because
Ugh.
Phantom of the Opera only had one bad phantom. I think out of the four or five main.
Guys,
I haven't got to see that in Broadway actually.
It's good. It's
I
worth
can imagine. I can imagine
just
it really
just
is.
YouTube it. It's worth watching,
Oh, okay.
guys, we're gonna stop.
especially the Les Mis 50th.
We're gonna stop for just a second.
Key.
Alright, guys, sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that it was recording my voice that time, just because I didn't, in the program, I didn't see it necessarily picking up my voice too much. I'm using a different mic, that's why I mainly want to make sure. Really cool mic, it's red and gold. Oh god, I just rubbed my mic. Yeah, it's red and gold, it looks really pretty. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. We finished
There
that.
was a subject at hand.
Yes, there was a subject at hand. We were asking about what everybody had done this week. Dre had been reading the book. How is it? Is it good? No spoilers, but is it good?
Oh gosh, it is so good. Like the way that the one nice thing, like see, here's the thing. Me, I don't like to read books because it's hard for me to follow sometimes because the print be so small and all that kind of shit. But this is a very easy read. I think anybody can literally read it, and like basically the way that the writing is, they set up the scene so you can like just picture the scene in your head, and then and it's because it's mainly just dialogue.
Yeah.
It's so
Well, it's kind of got to be a
good. Like
lot of
I mean, I'm
dialogue
not
because
too
it's a
too
play.
far in it, but oh my gosh, it is so good.
I'm
Like
gonna
it
be-
is. It's just I can like when they set up each scene, I can just picture it in my head. Like when they were at platform in 93 quarters and they were having the whole conversation and like. I won't say what the conversation was about, but I could see like the characters, like of course from the movie in my head, having I can picture everyone getting ready to head off to Hogwarts and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I can literally see it. And the nice thing is that well, the first part of it does kind of pick up from where the seventh one left off. So it's
Well,
not
it picks
like
up 19 years later. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but remember though, the final
Oh,
page,
the epilogue. The epilogue.
the
Yeah.
epilogue was literally 19 years later, so it does pick back up where the epilogue left
good.
off. So
Yeah.
it's a nice read, basically.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to read the physical copy or if I am going to.
I'd say get a physical copy just so you have an early edition
I
of
mean,
it.
I still probably will get the physical copy, but I mean, I've been doing a lot of the audiobooks myself at work. I
Mhm.
just, like, I reread the entire Harry Potter series between June and July, and
Mhm.
I'm rereading them again right now with the audiobooks again. It's actually really interesting because I noticed something that I've never noticed before, and I didn't find it really anywhere else. Um, in the third book, Prisoner of Azkaban, which I just finished last night at work, um, Fudge actually says to at the right near the very end, Fudge says to Dumbledore about Snape, because Snape had just like had a full freak out moment because of what's his name, Sirius being gone, and freak out moment on Harry, and Snape swept out of the room. Well, Fudge says to Dumbledore, "That man is unbalanced. You should watch out for him," which is a clear, clear way that freaking J.K. Rowling is a genius. She literally just was just like, "Okay, here you go. I'm gonna give it to you in a wrapped package." In the third book, saying that Snape was gonna kill Dumbledore. Spoilers, sorry. I mean, it's been
some time, so
it's been
yeah.
Actually, do you know it's been almost 16 years, a little bit more than 16 years since that book released?
Wait a minute. Wait, what?
Yeah, that book came out in like
Really?
1999, I think.
Well, the Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone,
I don't remember which one
Right.
came out. Just a second.
because
Okay, so maybe it was after that. But the book is is over 10 years old now. It's like it just doesn't feel like it's been that long.
no, it has not.
But
Okay.
the second book came out in 1999.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. No, that sounds right. Yeah. And then the movie came out in 2000.
Did
Yeah.
you know the whole thing
fir-
though? He started going to school in 1992.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, oh my gosh! So the entire series wraps up, and when it wraps up, it's like 19. What is it? It's like 1999 when the whole thing wraps up and everything happens with Voldemort. It's like mid 1999.
I believe so,
And
yeah.
just so you know, it was 97 when the first
Oh, yeah.
book was
Yep.
published.
Yep, June 26th.
Anyways,
Actually,
okay.
it ended in 97, and then it was 19 years later from that point on
No, no.
where his kids,
'Cause-
right?
No, because you gotta think. It began in 92, but that was
Uh-huh.
September of 92, and the school year ended in 93. So the next book picked up 93 to 94. So each book spans technically 2 years. So you add 7 years on to 92, so it ends up being 99.
Oh, okay. All right.
But anyways, what have you been doing this week, Will?
Oh my God. Well, I started to trophy hunt, though I made a promise I wouldn't when I play PlayStation. I try to get these trophies, so I decided to get the remaining trophies for God of War 3 Remastered. So I got that. I was watching Avatar: Last Airbender, been chatting with Dre, and have been freaking out about the latest Pokemon rumors and Nintendo NX rumors.
So, did you get the God of War hardest difficulty the easy way or the hardest way? Or the hard way?
Well, this is the second time me platinuming it. So on the PS3 version, I did it the hard way because I didn't know anything about an easy way. And this, I was just trying to get out of the way, so I did it the easy way the second
Yeah,
time.
I don't remember which armor it is, but one of them pretty much makes the game easy mode on the hardest difficulty. If I remember
With this
correctly.
one, no,
the,
there's actually an easier way. Actually, there's an
Really?
easier way. If you do, you have to beat the game on any difficulty. So you can play it on easy or you can play it on Spartan difficulty.
Mhm.
Once you beat the game, then you have to beat all the combat challenges. Once you beat the combat challenges, you're gonna unlock the other combat arena. Go to the combat arena, put all your stuff to infinite. Choose the Gorgon and kill yourself 5 times until it says you want to play on easy. Say no. Quit it's going to take you back to the main menu. Start a new game on Titan. You'll have infinite health for the whole entire game.
Nice.
Wow.
Because I always thought it was the macro suit was the easiest way, and then it's just
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I didn't use any of the suits or nothing first time around. I just
Because-
really it was frustrating.
because I remember Zeus one hits you with almost every attack in that game on the hardest difficulty.
Yes. You have to block. You have to be really good with your timing. If not, he messes you up and then you're done.
Well, that's how all the bosses are, but I think the 2 hardest are Poseidon and Zeus actually.
I feel like
Most
that.
people.
Yeah, I think the hardest part of that game is when you get to the final room of the labyrinth and it's like 100. You have to fight 100 enemies consistently and not die.
You know what the real hardest part is? Wall climbing.
True.
Fuck that shit. Look, I'm sorry, fuck that shit.
Wall climbing, if any enemy hits you, you instantly fall on the hardest difficulty. So it's
Yeah,
an
it's-
instant
it's-
death if you get hit. Which, when
Like
you're
I said,
jumping
fuck
between
it.
walls and an enemy shoots an arrow straight down, you're just like, well, I just died.
Yep.
No.
Hundreds of deaths that first.
Unlimited health doesn't help with that either.
No, it doesn't.
It's insta-kill zones.
But the funny thing with this glitch does is that even if you fall, it doesn't die. The game just kind of goes haywire, and the screen starts shaking, like and controller starts vibrating like uncontrollably. So you have to literally hit the pause and restart checkpoint. So you're technically never dying in the run ever, because it doesn't count the death. So that's just a funny thing. It's just a funny, cool thing.
I cannot mash buttons for the life of me, so I've never beaten God of War games.
Well, this is a way that you could beat at least number 3 and do it on the hard difficulty.
Okay, I've never beaten them on the hardest difficulty, but I've only beaten the first one due to having messed up hands. And yeah, I'm just like, yeah, God of War is not the game for me. I'll stick with Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Just sit there smashing your keyboard.
You don't play Dynasty Warriors on a keyboard. You play it with the controller.
Yeah.
And no, there are actual combos in that game. As rarely as you use them, there are actual combos in that game that are really helpful.
So just roll your face across. So just roll your face across the controller.
No, you throw your controller, grab the controller by the wire, and you just start spinning it, making sure you hit everything in the room. And every time you hit something, a button will be pressed. So if you keep that up and do it enough, you'll eventually beat the level.
By the way, since y'all can't see my camera, I actually just took a controller out from my cubby hole and started rolling it across my face.
What, you mean like these two?
Like this?
Yeah, like that.
Like that. Oh, okay.
Like these two controllers?
Yeah, start rolling across your face. Anyway, so let's get to the chat that we actually came here for.
Wait, we came here for something in particular?
Yeah.
No, I thought we just came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
That would be everybody except for you, Dre.
Fuck you too. Who, you son of a bitch.
Only
Anyway.
in your wildest dreams.
Fantasies.
Ooh, yeah. Clay. I can get very weird if I want to.
Zach, virtual high five. Virtual high five, Zach. There we go.
Taking my line.
Taking your line.
So, quick question for Zach, because we may be finally getting to do the movie review tomorrow. If Zach is doing I keep pointing the wrong way. It don't matter. Zach, if you were doing all right tomorrow, if you want, we can all go to the movies. Plan tomorrow is I plan to see Tarzan and Suicide Squad. So we'd be doing a what do you call it? A review
double
on
feature.
One or both of those.
You want to know what I just found at my desk that I forgot I had?
A giant dildo.
Does anybody remember when GT released the mini discs? When DBZ GT released the mini discs.
I do not.
I do.
Oh my god.
John.
It's so sad that's not even canon anymore.
Right,
Nope.
but no offense though, I'm not trying to be funny. Looking back on it, I love Super Saiyan 4, but it's canon.
To be
Yes,
honest, I
we
wasn't a
had
fan
that.
of GT.
Hey,
No.
Saiyan 4 was better than Super Saiyan God Jin Super Saiyan.
Oh my, I know.
That's
right?
literally SSJGSS. We don't need that.
Like, I'm just like, what?
The fact that you memorized all the
What was the point? Honestly, like, look,
The
after
only
3
reason I
and
have
like,
it memorized is
I'm
because
sorry,
my
but for
friend
me-
plays and watches.
no, in my opinion, look, after 3, it's like, what was the point? Because 4 had the most weirdest, like, method of even obtaining it, and nobody could obtain it because everyone lost their tails. Oh, sorry.
Well,
My bad.
yeah, let's get back on subject.
Yeah.
DVD's just a king of worms that
We will
One last
cover
thing
DB.
Sorry.
We will cover
one
DBZ
last
in a later
thing
episode.
on it. all that super is something the fans wanted, so they're making. That's the only reason that's there.
Pwned. Anyway.
Anyways, so
Let's get back.
starting some talk about Avatar and Korra. We're talking about Avatar and its whole. Yes, there's Momo. Avatar and its whole, Korra and its whole, how we liked them, what we thought was better in one, worse in the other, and kind of how we felt about each one, how we felt about each one, but also.
Never seen an episode of Avatar in my life, so good luck with this.
No, you've seen Avatar. I know
Right?
you
It's
have.
like what's it's like what's Avatar? Like I have no idea what that is.
What's Avatar? Your phone literally glares out your entire screen.
It's like what?
I can see it perfectly.
What is Korra? Like I mean seriously.
Yeah,
I
who
don't know
is
what
that?
part of-
Nobody cares.
Right?
Or go back
Do
to
that.
Aang.
Oh, wait,
See-
don't you mean Aang? I've only seen the M.
Yeah.
Night Shyamalan.
Oh, please don't.
Sokka,
I'm sorry.
Katara,
Yeah, that is the cancer of like the entire
and
franchise.
there's 3 more coming out.
It's cancer, okay? Cancer.
Sadly, he got the rights to. He got the rights to the rest of the series.
No,
to
I'm so
live
pissed.
action.
So
Why?
pissed
Why?
that he got because.
Didn't the
but
first movie sell so poorly that it just.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yes, but because he enjoyed doing it so much, he's paying for it himself to make the others.
What? Oh, so he really wants to torture fans now.
Look, look, let me just say, the disclaimer to all you kids out there, kids. Look, if you go see these movies, it will give you ass cancer. So stop it.
I don't know.
Don't
I think you'll get
Wait.
worse cancer than that.
Wait, are you thinking about the Dragon Ball movie?
I didn't
Wait, no,
see
sorry.
it.
What?
I'm sorry.
That will literally just
Wait.
give all over cancer. Like cancer will just
Dre.
be all over your body.
The correct thing I should have said is Dragon Ball movies, because there was actually 4 live-action Dragon Ball movies made.
Look,
That I
cancer.
didn't even
Just
know,
like
and I'm glad I don't know it.
Look, just all cancer. Just like M. Night Shyamalan's aunt was it freaking advertised as a fucking cancer. It's a piece of shit. I didn't even watch it.
I did, and
I refused.
God.
I have seen stills, I have seen memes, I have heard word of mouth, and I've
see,
seen
here's
the trailer.
the only question
The
for you.
trailer was enough for
Wait,
me to
wait,
say no.
Here's a question for you. When you saw these stills, did you get any alcohol from them?
I needed
Yes.
them out to deal with the bullshit that I saw.
Okay,
Did-
so out of the corner of my eye on my other screen, because I have 3, and I just had my background up on my left side screen, and like I have Tracer up, but literally Tracer like moved back and forth and then back into place, and out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Well, you have been drinking.
I have. Not very much, though. It's like less than a shot. Anyway, so, as it comes to Avatar, though, I definitely I loved Avatar myself. I grew up, as it was releasing, we would sit there and, my parents, my brother and I, we would sit there and watch, every episode as it released. We'd get all the DVDs, and we'd sit there watching all of them, over and over again, all the time. It was a lot of fun. It brings me back to hanging out with my family and doing that kind of stuff. I still hang out with them, but my brother's in military, so we don't really get to do that kind of thing very often. It's really funny because I went down to the basement the other day, and in my basement there's like a toy box, a real old toy box of my brother's, and it actually still has. He had every Avatar toy that ever came out. And it's all of them are still in that toy box in the basement.
I'll buy it for
Can I
25
have
cents.
it?
No. And I'm not talking about just the ones that came out in the store. I'm talking about he even has all the ones from McDonald's.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, hardcore pro much?
I'm so mad. I got into Avatar: The Last Airbender like really late, and Dre had to kind of tell me about it because when I first saw the show, I like see commercials or like it just happened to be on in like a middle of an episode, but I would never really stay to watch it because honestly, I was judging it based on like what it looked like, and though it's a beautiful looking show, but I don't remember. I just remember that there was an episode where they were running away from somebody, and I'm just like, I changed the channel because I was waiting for SpongeBob to come on.
Oh
And
God, you're one of them
no,
SpongeBob kids.
yes,
I can't with you.
yes.
No,
But
no. Look, I'm sorry, and I'm just gonna say the fact that you passed up Avatar
Avatar
for
for
SpongeBob,
SpongeBob.
that cancer, no.
wait, hold up,
Hey,
hold up.
hey.
No, shame
It's
on
not
you.
even that serious. Okay,
Yes,
look.
it is.
That is a crime
SpongeBob is
of
a
the
good
major
show.
order.
And I understand that Avatar, in my opinion, is a very masterful show. And anybody
Oh,
who
yeah.
has not watched it really needs to
It is
watch.
a masterpiece.
It is
It-
Okay.
It is a
at least
It
the
is
last Airbender.
everything.
The last Airbender. You can forget
okay.
Korra.
Yes,
No,
no,
Korra,
yes.
Korra.
No. Now, as somebody who has seen all of Avatar and Korra, look. First,
Korra is a
okay.
masterpiece
Now,
as well. No, I will tell you now from watching Korra. Korra, animation-wise,
how
is a
far are you
masterpiece.
into it?
I'm
He's
going
saying
into season
animation
2.
wise, not story.
I'm saying
Okay.
animation-wise, the first season had an amazing story and a completely legitimate
I-
plot.
Can I just give you
Go
one
ahead.
thing? Just wait till the second season. You're gonna feel a little differently because that was one of people's biggest. I'm not even kidding. Just wait till season 2. You're not gonna feel the same way. I'm sorry, you're not. Like, still, there were so many issues with Korra.
I mean,
So,
that's perfectly fine, but as I've gone so far in the first season, animation-wise, it is still a masterpiece. Like, the artists that did both Avatar and who've actually just recently got in, the same artist are doing Voltron Legendary Defender on Netflix.
mm,
Amazing job. All three of those are a beautiful piece of artwork
mm,
as it pertains to Western culture. I mean, that's
mm,
pretty much you don't have really any animations out of like anime animation that is based from Western culture, from Western artists that is able to hold up to the Japanese and Koreans and stuff like that as much as
yeah.
Avatar and Korra are, and now after watching Voltron, how much that's able to hold up. Those three are able to hold up to the point that, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, the amount of work that went into the study of the fighting styles, the way that they were going to do it. I mean, the different things that they were able to put into it, and even one thing that I really got annoyed with for instance the Avatar, the live action movie, we're taking all of the stupid other things out, and I'm going to talk about bending for a second. Okay. The Earthbenders, it was all right. They didn't seem like they were using this like really the same as much of the same technique. But the thing that annoyed me the most about the live action movie was the firebenders. The firebenders had to have fire. Where if you really listen in the series and the Avatar series, the fire doesn't have to the reason that they give a specific reason. It's not even like it's a plot hole. There's a specific reason why the fire does not have to come from another source. And that specific reason is it's for most of the series is that it's coming from their anger, it's coming from their emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and most of bending has to do with emotions. And then with later on, whenever Zuko and Aang learn that it's not the emotions, it's the breathing, it's fire is life. That's when they learn that that's where it's actually coming from. It's the life inside them. It's their breath. It's that swirling embodiment of what they are that gives them the ability firebend.
So you're saying it's cheap?
Pretty much, very, very similar, yeah. I mean, there's always going to be air around you unless you're underwater, so airbending
Well, even
makes...
then there's air bubbles.
Yeah, so airbending is perfectly fine. Earthbending, I mean, they're freaking on Earth most of the time. And then waterbending. I mean, metal bending, again, makes complete sense because of the impurities in the metal. And it's just, they did such a good job, and, I mean, really, plot hole-wise, there's not really any plot holes. The things that they really missed in this in the end of the series that I wished would have been something that was animated, that would have been in a fourth book, were the things that they turned into the comics. Now, I really do wish that it had been made into its own season.
Yup.
But it's not as important because they did come out with it. It did show you about Zuko's mother. I mean, the one thing that I always wondered, with Admiral Zhao, it showed the spirit killing him, like knocking him off the bridge, blah blah blah, but it never really gave you that sense of definitiveness that he was actually dead. Like, it really completely seemed like he was going to come back. Like, it did not seem like it was finished. I liked that arc, the water arc. The thing with that Zhao was a little bit... that was the only real thing in the series that I disagreed with slightly, and it's because I felt like they could have used Zhao to a much stronger extent. It could have been a much bigger influence.
I agree, actually.
Yeah.
It really could have been a bigger influence, and I think my only qualms in terms of plot, what I wish that they would have focused more on, was that they did show Zuko's dad and things, but I really wish that, as in terms of evilness, that the focus was really on him a lot. Like, I wish that they would just show him being like doing something really incredibly evil that would make Aang feel like he has to rush even
Right, because
harder.
honestly, Ozai really, because it's like, yes, Ozai was bad, but really the bad guy wasn't even Ozai, it was Sozin. We saw what Sozin did. We didn't see.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yes, they lived. Yes, they carried on Sozin's, legacy, but like you said, they never really did nothing bad. For me, and this is gonna sound so stupid, and people are gonna literally hate me for it. My biggest problem with the first book, it's only the first book, and Will knows what my problem is with it. I fucking hated Zuko's character design in the first fucking book. That bothered me and the character development in that point, because since we were still learning about them, the characters just like Sokka. I was rewatching it, right? I had forgotten how much of a douche nozzle Sokka is. I'm just like, oh god, it's just so cringe. And it's only because, in my opinion, book 2 is when a lot of the characters finally start like really, really getting good, and then that's when, of course, my favorite, Earthbender of all time, Toph, she comes into play. I mean, alright, Toph, hey girl. So, and that's when she finally comes into play, and that's when the characters finally start, in my opinion, really, really getting good. Like, book 1 is to like give you like, it's like, hey, here are these characters. Book 2 and 3. They become super mega freaking amazing.
But you remember?
But I understand like why book 1 had to happen the way it happened, though.
But you remember
I'm not knocking it.
You remember what Toph stood for, right?
What, Melon Lord?
Toph stands for tough.
Yes. So I know, but it's just, I don't know. Like, to me, like like the first, I don't know, it's just like I don't mind book one. It's just the factor of like I just prefer two and three are so strong. Like the story just because to me at that point, like the story just gets so good because because you finally start, because at that point because I'm trying to think, because Azula really wasn't in the first season.
Oh no.
No,
She
she
really,
wasn't.
she really
She
wasn't either.
wasn't. She wasn't even in an
She
episode.
wasn't there, and you start learning with Zula. You're starting to you see the fire a little more. Zuko finally, Zuko's basically betrayed. Zuko's pretty much cast aside by his entire nation, and it's like the start of things, and it's just like the show really starts picking up, in my opinion, by the second season. So,
Well, I think
that's like my only real like gripe
I
with it.
think a
But
lot of it
and
is. Go ahead.
so, and plus, the only thing I did not like, and now mind you, and plus we really didn't learn about the main objective of the entire anime. Well, sorry, well, if we can call it an anime at this point, we didn't learn about it until episode like what 8, when it was episode 8, which is the winter solstice, right? That's when he meets Roku. And Roku finally tells him what's going on and what happened. It takes us that long to learn, and I'm just like, I think waiting 8 episodes to finally, get to the point as far as what is the main objective here? Like, what are we doing? What's going on? Like, we're getting little glimpse here and there about what's going on. Yet, as they kind of have to tell the whole situation. As far as like telling Aang, like, yeah, sorry, like, like all those people who you loved and cared about and grew up with, yeah,
They
they're
did.
kind of dead. And that scene when you see him just see, Monk Gyato's bones, and he just freaks the fuck out. I
But
know it's so sadistic to say, but it was so funny. But I said, you know what, Aang? I'll give you that moment. I'll give you that.
I don't know. I guess.
Let him have his moment.
Yeah, because I mean, come on, because Gyatso was like his father, was basically his father. That was his master,
Yeah.
and now he's seeing the bone. He's literally seeing the bones of his own master, and it's the realization. It's kind of like his first realization that, oh shit,
It wasn't just.
shit is real. Like, this is
No.
real. And I'm kind of, well, I don't really, in some ways, I don't really, like, some people say they blame him, but I don't, because how are you supposed to be the comet? And you haven't even learned the elements. Like, how are you supposed to be the comet? Like, that's my question.
Yeah, there really wasn't a way that he was going.
There was
At
no,
the
he
time,
would
there
not
was
have
no
survived.
way that he
would have
could have
died.
survived. He would have died, and it would have automatically went into the next in the cycle, which would have been water. They would have gone taken over water. Then, as soon as they were done with water, then it would have been Earth. They would have taken over Earth. There you go. You have a firebender, and you have complete control. They didn't have much of a
That's
way to.
actually wrong. If a firebender came out, he would have rebelled. Even if he was brought up as a firebender, he still would have rebelled due to the spirits.
Oh
True.
yeah.
The same way,
Actually, that
the
makes
same
sense, yes.
exact way the previous Avatar had rebelled.
True.
It would have happened all over again because the Avatar has no choice
Yeah.
but to rebel against them. That's literally what he's put there for.
The one thing that I do have to say for Water, first season, is that yes, we had to wait a little while to really get the full scope of what was actually going on in the world, but it did a very good job at telling the story, like giving you the
Yes.
story over time, and B, it did a really good job of it didn't have the SAO syndrome where it just like, let's rush it and then tell you half the story.
Right.
It gave you, yes, it was a little bit slower. You were getting to know the characters more, and that's why most people felt in season 2 that that's where it really started off, because that's really whenever you got a much better understanding. That's whenever your understanding of all the characters, you had to watch the entire season of Water to get your understanding of the characters. Once you got into Earth, then you had such an understanding of the characters that you felt so much closer to them.
True.
Actually, I have
and
another.
and that's why I said that. Sorry, go ahead.
One of the things with series is slow starts aren't a bad thing. The another thing I can think of that does that is actually a book series that I read a few times. It's called The Alchemist. Basically, the first book is the most boring thing you will ever read because it's all set up. But
Right.
from that point on, it's just story, 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 not just,
Oh yeah,
okay,
no.
here's the
Oh
characters.
yeah.
Let's slowly introduce them in the most painful way possible.
Oh yeah, no. Like that's why I said that. I understand why things. I will look. I will be. I will never say it was horrible. It was just that there was just little issues basically because it's like I said, it had to have. Like I said, things had to happen the way basically had to happen because it was like I said,
Yeah.
we were waiting for you had to wait until we had to wait until the solstice to even talk to Roku in the first place, and it's not like, oh hey, guess what, solstice just gonna be here. So I get the fact of that happening. Mind you, did I think that waiting till episode 8 to finally get to the main objective was a little bit too long? For me personally, that was a little bit a bit too long. But hey, they did. It made sense, and it wasn't like something just like, well, we just decided to wait this long just to wait this long. You know what I mean? And
Well,
it's,
at
it's
least it
not like
was
it's not.
good build up
Oh yeah, it was
to it.
good because it wasn't like it's not like to me that there wasn't a weak episode leading up to that. That if anything, getting to that point was not easy in itself.
Yeah, because it was also a
So it's
two-part.
just like,
It was a two-part
oh yeah,
episode.
it's a two-part. So yeah, literally, it's not like, oh, it just has freaking happened. So so like I said, it's not. So it's not like horrible. It was just little gripes. Plus, like I said, if anything, my biggest gripe will always be character Zuko design in the first season. Like even like Will knows this. I have complained about it so many times, and I am sorry. I fucking hated the way they made him look in the beginning. It was stupid.
The-
It was ugly. It was
I don't know.
trash. I fucking hate it. I don't care what no one
Oh
says.
no, I
Fight
understand.
me.
I guess the, I guess my
Okay.
big
Fight me.
I guess my big reasoning for not having a problem with how he looked is it showed at the time that he was still trying to stick to the stick to being part of the Fire Nation. He was still trying
Well, I
to
know, but
show
like
his allegiance
he's
to them.
such, but no, but like, but Shad, but he was like, to me, he was like, his look was so, in my opinion, a bit different because it's like you have all these firebenders with all this long, luscious locks of hair, and all these nice outfits and shit, and he's sitting here with a bald
But
head with a little piece of hair coming out of the
but
side,
none of
coming
those
out from the back, and I'm just like, the fuck?
but none of those firebenders were part of the royal family.
I
No.
understand that, but still,
And
like
if you're
no
part
one
of
in
the
the
royal
royal
family,
family, even when they were young, looked like that. No one in the royal family looked like that, but Zuko. Oh, so I was just like,
I think a
y'all look
large
cool.
portion of
Hey.
it showed off that he was, like I said, the first thing I said, and then on top of that, it showed off he's kind of uptight. I mean, he's uptight. He's very particular.
No, I know,
He's
but
very
it's just,
determined.
it's just that, it's just that, that. I mean, it's just that design. Like
No, I
I can just
understand.
never, I will never be able to be okay with his character design. Like I will just never, personally, like, and it's my own little like gripe. It's just like I will never be okay with it. That's why when season 2 came around and they completely dramatically changed him and gave him hair, and he looked that way for
To be
damn.
fair, when he was younger, he did actually have hair.
Well, no, I know that, but it's just that look was just like.
Yeah. Well,
But it got better.
that only happened after he got bandaged.
Well, I know that, but still, it's just like.
It's
Heck,
not
maybe
much
his dad
different
burned
than
off
what the
most of his hair.
Egyptians did.
No, it's not different than what
No.
the Egyptians did, but
I
still,
was
it's just.
making a joke.
I know it's just that wasn't. I don't know. I couldn't be a fan of it, which will always be my biggest problem. And I know it's like, and I mean that, well shoot, but that should tell you though, my biggest problem is just the character design and not the story really itself.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then that means that it was good. That means that basically it was good, for the most part. Even though, hey, even though the first season is just nothing but just set up, and you don't really get up into the story like that. Because the main objective is just to get to the water tribe. It's still it was still good for what it was. It's just so
How do you feel? Was there any qualms that you had about the first three, the Avatar: Last Airbender, Will?
Anything in particular? No. Honestly, I felt like the show was masterful. I didn't think that there was a bad episode except for that one episode where I guess it was a flashback episode. But it wasn't bad either. That was interesting in itself. I feel
Firebender
like
dancing.
is that what it is?
No, I'm just gonna throw that one out there. The dance party in the cave with the Fire Nation.
Dude, that was great. That was hilarious.
That was awesome. Shoot, that was awesome. So, and was it? But speaking of dance, so did you know that Zuko actually used a bit of break dancing in his bending?
Yeah, when he does the flaming spin kick on his back.
I was just like, yes.
Oh, and guys, later this week, by the way, I actually got the Korra, Legend of Korra video game for PC, and I'm gonna be playing that, and it's gonna go up on the channel on Friday.
Good luck with that garbage.
Anyway, so
that game was bad.
I'll try it.
As y'all can tell.
Let's hit on let's go ahead and hit on Korra some.
Okay. It was little shit.
Before you get to the second season, I'll go ahead and talk about the first season, how I feel. I really feel like the first season, it did exactly what it needed to do. It pulled you in with the hook of the pro bending. It pulled the Avatar in. It helped her in doing the things that like it helped teach her. You saw her learn, you saw her grow, and it was a little bit more on the adult side because most of the audience that had liked Avatar is going to be a much more teenage to adult audience.
We grew up, basically.
Yeah, we grew up. But the thing that I really liked about it was that it gave you a complete story. Avatar is great. Avatar was amazing. But it's 52 episodes to tell the one story, whereas so far, from what I've seen of Korra, I like and dislike that it was 12 episodes to tell one story, and now, 14 episodes to tell one story, and now they're moving on to the next story, which is her doing the whole stuff with spirits.
Okay, but see the thing of it is though, and this is where, okay, now when it comes to Korra, I tell people, and I've even had to tell Will this, is that people have to understand that Korra really wasn't supposed to really be a thing. It was supposed to be like a laugh hurrah, the reasoning with the name of the book being air basically, and yes, and some people are like, well, but I don't like this, I don't like that, It's just like people have to understand. Look, this was just supposed to be a one-time thing, but it turned into what basically we basically have now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I remember like Will was saying like he particularly didn't like the whole pro-bending thing, right? You said you didn't like that. I mean, to me, it made sense because it was like, okay. After the war, you pretty much have like a giant population of firebenders, earthbenders, and waterbenders, and them finding some way to make sport of it. They're human. They're quote unquote humans, so of course they're gonna find ways to compete and basically to compete, just like how we have football, basketball, rugby, literally the Olympics. That's what we have. We're gonna people have that competitive spirit. That's gonna happen. And then even then a lot of people didn't like the whole aspect of Republic City. Well, when you have the best earthbender of all time, Miss Toph Beifong herself, pretty much creating metal bending, well, that was going to put us the technological age in itself in the first place, and that was kind of a hint as, hey, shit's going to be progressing. It's a world's going to progress. A lot of people were just like, oh, well, we kind of got away from the spiritual side. Okay, but
it's also been 100 years.
It's like how much, like, a lot of, for instance, like, some people didn't like the fact that Korra, learned all the elements fairly quickly. How many more times can we tell the fact that someone basically learned the elements? I mean, come on now. Oh, see what I'm saying? How many more times can that story basically be told? Oh,
A lot.
even though I've seen some really good fan fictions of the story being told, me being one writing one, but still,
But
like
but
I said,
now
you know,
you
how many
also
times
though,
can you?
Dre, you have
Mm-hmm.
told me before that you
Mm-hmm.
liked the season 3 and 4 of Korra.
Oh yes, because because I will because honestly, to me, that is when one because oh my gosh. The first of all, one thing that makes season three the best is the fact of the villains. The villains in season three, basically, they are called the Red Lotus. You have Zahir, who pretty much who was born a non-bender, but he had studied the was it he had studied the earth was it the teachings of the airbenders, and when basically airbending came back, he was one of the people who was granted airbending, and he was so great he even was able to achieve flight, which only ever one person was ever able to do, which was Monk Gyatso. He was the only person to ever do this, and literally, and Zahir was able to do it. Then you have Pele, who pretty much is the female combustion bender, which I'm like,
Combustion Man,
then
Sparky
you
Sparky
have
Boom
no.
Man.
Then you have the female waterbender Minghua. Minghua does not have arms, but she is able to make water her arms. She
Nice.
has no arms, people. Oh, okay. Water is her arms, and I'm like, oh my god. And then you have Gazan is the he pretty much changed up the game of earthbending, which is with him being a lava bender. And you're just like, lava bending, y'all can what? What? Like that, and just that description in itself, it's like, what? And the fact that they want to kill all the world leaders, it's like, what? And that you actually see them kill the Earth Queen, which
And you're
would,
like,
in my
what?
opinion, it's like one of the best scenes in the world, because you finally get to see actual like murdering, like you see a bender actually murder somebody in front of your own eyes, and you're just like, everyone at that point was just like, but this is supposed to be a kids show. Oh, like that was literally the running meme after the episode was like, but and actually today, believe it or not, is the second year anniversary of Long Live the Queen, which was the episode that they killed the Earth Queen, believe it or not. So it's just like, literally, I know, perfect day too, right? And literally everyone's just like, this is supposed to be a kid show, like the fuck. And so yes, no, and then with season four, makes season four good is the fact that pretty much you see Korra in a very vulnerable state, and basically, and you finally see her, because up until book four she was kind of like sorry, book three, she was just like, oh, I'm badass, I'm hard, I'm this, and you finally see her fall.
Well,
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
you
You
see her
finally,
fall in season 1.
well, I'm not. Well, okay. She falls in a way, hey, that you don't like. I'm talking about her spirit, like her just being is
Yeah.
crushed. Like honestly, I would have to say she kind of falls a bit harder than what Aang did. Like Aang was just scared. She actually had like she was like her whole self was just crushed, and she was just crushed, because when she went up against, because she almost died to Zahir. She literally almost died. If it wasn't for the new airbenders coming in and basically he helping her in the final battle, she would have straight up died, because that was how good Zahir was. And
But
Zahir,
didn't Aang actually die at one point?
no, he never
No,
died.
but he did the whole thing
No,
with
it
the
was
electricity.
yeah.
Yeah, you were talking
Went
about the
with
electricity getting shot in his back. He
Dula.
didn't die, but he was out for
No,
like
but
2
honestly,
weeks
no.
or something like
It was
that.
just like, she literally, oh, was it, no, she literally, like, is just like crushed. And basically, and she's just left just feeling like, well, what the fuck, yo. And basically, like, and like the little, and like, basically in like the first part. of book four is basically her, like, her getting her fighting spirit back, and her finally, reclaiming herself as being the Avatar. Like, it finally, she finally had like her coming to age moment to me. You know what I'm saying? Which is what Korra
Mhm.
honestly needed. The only sad part is that she kind of had her coming of age, so late in the game, whereas to where Aang, in my opinion, his whole story is his coming to age story. Him
Hmm.
literally beating the Fire Nation, that's his coming of age story. Literally. Whereas where Korra,
Well,
her basically
if you want to take it really, Aang's most his point where he really had that coming of age point
mhm.
wasn't until like the last 3 or 4 episodes
Oh
actually,
yeah, basically, yeah,
because
he
when he
literally
went
got
to
it.
see the lion turtle, that's when it all happened.
Well, yeah, because at that point when he was granted energy bending or whatever they call it, that was when he was that was his moment, basically. But I say that his whole story is a coming of age because you see a child who is hurt, who is broken, who pretty much is, he's broken as a person, and he pretty much has to, and he's stuck, and he's forced into a responsibility that he doesn't really know what to do. Whereas with Korra was kind of just like, hey, I'm gonna be kicked butt, and then finally somebody gave her a
Kick
run for
butts
her
and take
money,
names.
and she finally realizes that, okay, I can't beat, because she kind of stays the same for a while. Yes, she has her little like, oh, I'm scared. Oh my God, a mine took away my bending, but Mako kissed me, and then the magical kiss brought out Aang and all my other the cells and gave me my bending back. And then, and then, ooh, then, or like, oh yes, oh, I had to go up against my uncle, and my uncle almost defeated me, but with the power of Rava and Ba, we were able to overcome my uncle and Batu and shit. Like, literally, no one really gave her a run for her money like Zahir did.
Mm.
Like, Zahir gave her a run for her money, and she even has to a point where even in book four, she has to go visit him in jail and make peace with what happened in that fight, just to be able to defeat, to be able to take on the book for villain Kovira. That is how bad.
I'm gonna say something real quick. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know what the real coming of age story in Avatar was? It
Cactus,
was Sokka.
cactus juice.
It was
Yes.
Sokka.
Yes.
Mushroom, giant
Oh God,
mushroom.
I'm one thing I will say with soccer though, because I know I've like just been completely like just on that though, but it's just like, oh God, cactus juice, just gotta love it. It's so, but yeah, no. Oh, but it's just like, I mean, no, but honestly, I would have to say though, but book three and book four, those are the strongest points of it. And once like you get there, Chad, like you will see what I'm saying. Like everyone in the fandom says three, four, that's core at its best. As two, who you're gonna be mad at two, and I really don't know if I should say why, because I
I
don't
don't
really
think you
want
want
to.
to spoil it though, because it's pretty
I
bad.
can't even talk about it. Let's just say that
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
really
talk about
bad.
what happened because it makes me angry. With
But
the writers. Okay.
well, I wanted to like say real quick what I liked Airbender more than I liked Korra if we have time. But basically, I wasn't a fan of Korra. I only seen the first season, so that's the only thing I have to go off of. So I really can't judge it as a whole. But still, just based off of the first season, and based on what Dre told me, that it's basically they were rushed into it. It wasn't supposed to be a thing, and all this other stuff. You know, it's just everything felt so rushed. At like 5 years old or 8 years old or whatever it was, she already knew like three elements. So all she had to do was learn air. And then on top of that, like, she really wasn't a likable character to me. Like, I wasn't feeling that. The pro bending, it does make sense. In a civilized society, and everything's been at peace for a while. And, she really doesn't have to worry about anything at the moment. And so, of course, people create sports and create things and they create like the city thing. And it was just such a dramatic change for me that I just like, okay. Maybe if I just really went in with a more open mind, because when I saw Korra, I just finished watching Last Airbender, so it wasn't like with Dre where he saw Last Airbender was time to marinate on what happened, and then Legend of Korra comes out, then he understands. This is like if you read like it's like if you read like all the Harry Potter books in like succession, and then all of a sudden you just find out, like the ending and the epilogue, and you're like, let's say that the epilogue wasn't what it was, then you'd be like, then you find out that the new book comes out and that it doesn't really follow Harry, but it follows his son, and you're like, what? I mean, it makes
I'll
sense.
agree with you there.
Context.
I will completely agree with you because when Korra was originally just like starting to come out, I was very close to not watching it because I wasn't really sure how I was gonna feel about it, because I was like, well, it's not Aang. I want to know more with Aang. I want more story to do with Aang. I cared about Aang. So I can absolutely understand what you're saying. But before we say anything else, I have something to show everybody on the thing that I don't feel like cutting in. Just a second.
No, was it? No, but was it though? Plus, to be fair, though, at the time I did a lot of stuff that I found out about Korra. I didn't find out either after it was done or whatever it was. And if we had known a little bit more, I could have at least explained to you that hey, this wasn't supposed to be a thing, because I didn't even really learn about a lot of this until later on down the road. Like, I did not learn because after everything was said and done, the writers were very vocal about things that happened during production and stuff, and it's just like like I said, that's why I tell people you have to be understanding of the fact that this was not supposed to be a thing. Plus, Avatar was a 10-year. It took them 10 years to write this.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have been working on it since the 90s.
Okay.
So
just a second. Just a second.
There's water trapped inside these.
I have the YouTube thing for
It's very thirst quenching though.
the Sokka drinking cactus juice up.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench you. Nothing's quenchier.
It's the quenchiest.
Okay, I think you've had enough.
Who lit Toph on fire?
Who lit Toph on fire?
Can I get some of that cactus?
Oh my god.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, we need to find Aang.
My favorite episode on Airbender was that episode where Aang is trying to awaken the
Oh, you mean when he has to open up his chakras?
Yes, open up his chakras. That is my absolute favorite
that
episode.
That is literally
right
in my
there.
top five favorite episodes. Now there is one. Now that's actually number 2. There's a. Yeah, you guess what my number 1 favorite episode is?
The fire dance between Aang versus.
No, the one where they get to meet Toph.
No. My favorite episode comes in season 3 when Aang and Zuko meet the ancient dragons.
That's what I was saying.
That
The
was a
fire
good
dance.
That is literally my because I love the element of fire. I'm a fire bender at heart. I love the Fire Nation. I'm all about it. Team Fire, what up? Yo, but I'm just getting to see dragons. Plus, I love dragons. Just that episode and seeing the dance, and then
Great
Zuko
that they
gets
use like the Chinese dragon too.
I know, right? And literally, and then he gets the little egg, and he has like the egg. And side note, you actually get to see the full-on dragon in Legend of Korra, which I'm just like, yes.
Yes.
Just oh my gosh, like that is literally like my favorite episode. The reasoning as to why I like that episode feels a good part of why I wanted to do my fan fiction. It's like my favorite episode. But then my second favorite episode, like Will said, is basically him opening up his chakras because he basically that because one that actually because they actually did take references from actual
I think they took it from Kabbalah.
But
Yeah,
onion
something like
juice,
that.
onion
Actually,
juice,
that's
guys.
like how like basically the certain chakras, the names of them and what blocks them and what what opens them, that's actually real, folks. All of
Yeah.
that is actual fact, and I love that. And then like how the final one is Katara, and he's like, "Oh, but I can't let Katara go," and it's just like, it's just a cute little like Katang moment. So, oh, but yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Anyways, gonna start wrapping it up here. Anybody got some? Let's go with. Has to start with. No, that way, that way. Yeti. Any last comments, concerns?
Um, not really.
Okay,
I mean, the show's good.
great.
The amount of faults is fairly low in comparison to a large majority of other shows, especially considering the state of modern day
Yeah.
cartoons or shows in general.
And Dre, last comments, concerns, whatever.
I would say that overall, this series is a series that I tell everyone, like, if you've never seen it, first of all, what rock have you been living under? And
Yeah.
two, I honestly, this show is one of my all-time favorite
Mm-hmm.
TV shows. I will always love it. I will, if I have kids, I will make them watch this. I don't know how I will find it, but I will make them watch it because it is that good.
There's
I wish
plenty
it
of
was still
websites
going.
that have it.
Get it
Yes,
on DVD, you scrub.
oh,
No, get it on
Don't you have them on
VHS.
DVD?
yes, I have them all on DVD over there. But
Yes.
yes, but this, I actually got was I got all. I
No, you
actually
gotta
got
get
mine
it.
this
You
year.
gotta get it on VHS.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
show them the true quality.
otherwise,
No,
you're a filthy
you
casual.
need that laser disc.
Yeah.
Need that laser disc,
Oth-
bro.
otherwise, you're a filthy casual.
Well, I have DVDs, so I guess I'm a filthy casual.
All right,
Sorry.
It's
and
all about that laser
Will,
disc.
any final comments, concerns,
I just-
exceptions, blah blah blah.
Okay. Honestly, I have to say that this show is fantastic, and I definitely recommend it. It's not just for kids. It's not even for teenagers. It's also for adults too. I really feel like everybody can learn something from this show, and it really benefits all types of audiences. I even think Legend of Korra is safe to say, even by the first season, though I'm not a personal fan of it, and I can't judge it from a whole. I feel like Legend of Korra also has those moments that people can do that because, according to what Dre said, it gets to very, very serious themes and very dark themes. So I feel like that in itself is good. And honestly, I just have to say I love the show, and thank you for having me on this episode.
Oh, no problem. I hope that we can have you again later on. We hope to do a lot of different episodes. I'll talk to you about more of it after
Okay.
we finish. Next week's episode. Oh, I guess my last comments, concerns. It's great. Go watch it. Yeah. I mean, you know from just what I said.
Shill it even more, why don't you?
From what I said earlier, that that my brother had all the toys. We watch as a family. It's even funnier because my dad still to this day, for some reason, he had to use the bathroom constantly every time we'd watch it because we'd watch like an entire book a night, and he always had to end up using the bathroom all the time, and so he started referring to it as water bending. He was great, and still to this day, when we're watching a movie or a show, and watching a movie or a show, and he has to go to the bathroom, he's like, "Oh, hold on a minute, I gotta go water bend."
Oh God.
It's great.
That's amazing, actually. That is so cool.
Yeah, and so it's really great because it's something that my family can still talk about, and we still enjoy it. We the other day I sat down and started watching. My parents haven't seen Katara yet, or not Katara,
Korra.
and so I sat down and I don't have the DVDs anyways, I put it on my tablet and then threw it up on the TV through Miracast through the Bluetooth Blu-ray player, and we were sitting there watching it. They were actually really enjoying it. My mom and stuff liked the idea of the what do you call it, the pro bending and stuff like that. It really still appeals to all of us. So that's about all I gotta say. Last thing to say before we let everybody go is next week Next Sunday we will be recording, and Monday we will put it up. Magical Girl anime. So the ones that I have written down that we're going to try and hit, I gotta spend a lot of time watching anime this week. But the ones that we're gonna the ones that we're gonna try and hit are Madoka Magica, which I'm already partially through. Sailor Moon, which I'm probably just gonna read a synopsis. And then the other two are more magical boy animes. One of which is High School Boys Save the World Club Love. That is all because of Yeti.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. The love making one where they go.
Yep.
That's what it is. Oh God.
You can thank
Wait,
Yeti for
Dre.
introducing me.
Dre, did you send that to him?
No,
Yes.
you sent that
That's
to
from
me,
me.
Yeti.
No, I sent it to Dre, and Dre
Oh,
sent it to
that's
him.
funny.
Oh my God.
And lastly, the other one that we're going to try and cover that next week is This a Zombie? It's pretty much
I'm gonna have to read a synopsis of that.
yeah,
one.
it's pretty much this high school guy that cross dresses as a magical girl.
He doesn't cross-dress. He gets the powers of a garment girl.
He's
Get it right.
he's dressed like a magical girl, and he's a guy.
When
He's
he uses
It's a
no.
girl.
Hey, when he uses the power of the magical chainsaw, he gets the powers of a magical garment girl. Get it right.
He still wears the clothes of a magical girl.
It's not his fault he's that beautiful.
He's cross dressing.
No, he's not. He's using the
Yes,
power.
it really is
I'll send-
real well.
Okay, I'm gonna post what I'm talking about.
Anyways, go ahead and wrap this up. Hope y'all comment, like, subscribe below. Let us know what you think. Definitely, yeah. Anyways, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Peace.